I always favorite the yards per play stat over the total yards per game. 86th in the country, pretty much neck and neck with a school that you wouldn't want to be, Vanderbilt.
Oh, I mean, hey, Miami and Vanderbilt are similarly analogous in terms of academic quality. And I say that as somebody who applied to both, wanted to go to Vanderbilt, wasn't able to make that work, and came to Miami. So I know about the connection between those two in the world of academia and some other things. However, in terms of football performance, that is quite bad. So yeah,
Vanderbilt and Wyoming. Wendell, interesting take here. 100% all on the players. 100% on the players. If we had the talent from the late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s, who the coach is would not matter. Proof, both Dennis Erickson and Larry Coker won championships.
Yeah, but that was also the program as a whole was way more talented. Way. I know that you need to have the players, but you also have to have the coaching because, Erickson didn't win every championship. He lost games. Coker, fine. You or I or anybody, Wendell, could have coached the 2001 team to a championship. Fine. I'll give you that.
But
right?
Since when is Dennis Erickson not a good coach? He went to Oregon State and
that's what I'm saying.
There, and he went to the NFL and won playoff games.
Hello, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, you want to kind of denigrate these guys and everything, but they got to this position for a reason. Like Coker was on those staffs, offensive coordinator. Like he was scheming those things up when we beat Florida State in 2000. When we should have gone to the national championship game and would have absolutely mopped either team, Oklahoma we beat Florida State, but 13-0 because I'm not giving them that bullshit safety. Yeah, they got shut out in there. No, mopped absolutely. And I know Mark is going to say the same thing. He's like, well, Washington beat y'all and they only had one loss and whatever. But these are not guys who are just some bum off the street. And I know that Coker was not Jimmy Johnson or Howard Schnellenberger. He was not Nick Saban or anything, but he wasn't as bad as I think that revisionist history wants to make him out to be. Now, some things did not work out, obviously. And most notably, that was really Kyle Wright at quarterback. But yeah, I think the coach matters a little bit more than we're giving credit for. And even with the talent, I think that there would still be room for growth. But hey, maybe this is a blessing where we're improving the roster talent and the coaching ability acumen at the same damn time, so that when the talent on the roster is where it needs to be and has, a mango season or two of development, then the coach and the coaching staff and the game management and scheme and play calling will match. And I'm not one to really harp on it too much because, if you watch the games, right, you can see a lot of stuff, even if you're not the most knowledgeable person in X's and O's. And there are tons, we have Justin DeTavio at State of the U. He does a film review every week. Roman Marcianti, who used to be with us and started his own website, he still does his video thing. Steve-O with Rivals, he does his thing. And there's probably other people as well who do their thing, breaking down the film of, the performances on the field. You can see a lot of things. You can learn those things. So, there, like I said, have been touchdowns this year that have, for whatever reason, one person on the field during that play doesn't do their job. There's been good defensive plays where somebody slips, somebody misses a tackle, somebody doesn't apply their technique properly at the time. And then, the defense or the opposing offense is able to make some things shake. I say all of that to say that everything is not perfect, but even with things, the scheme, I think, can be good enough, especially when we see that these guys have run these schemes in different places and had more success than they're having now. So to your point, I believe that the talent on the roster does need to improve. I think the composition of the roster does also need to change because I do think there's a swath of guys who need to, find somewhere else to be. But I do believe that coaching in development, coaching in scheme, coaching in game day management, and all those kind of things also matters. So I wouldn't say it's 100% on the players, but changing the roster is going to be the first major step forward towards success.